Hello world, what's going on? My name is Derrick and I'm a poet, bringing the real talk session about how women should be treated. It's been a while since I did this, probably about a few weeks, but I'm back now. I took a lot of hits from a lot of guys, but it's all good. I'm here to help our queens. This is something I love doing and everything. So one thing about it is there's a lot of single women out there, and a lot of women wonder why they single, but it's nothing you're doing. It's just that you're doing the right thing. You're actually doing what God wants you to do. You're basically chilling, waiting on that king, or some women say prince, to find you, and there's nothing wrong with that. And some men may say your standard's too high, but if a man say your standard's too high, that means that man is not ready to take on the challenge of getting to know you, of getting to understand your mind. A lot of men come at women trying to basically, they look at them, look them up and down, basically from their feet up instead of from their head to their toe. They think the easiest way to get to know them is basically by what's in between their thighs. No. The best way to a woman's heart is not what is between her thighs, but it's what's in between her ears, and that is her mind. By listening to a woman, a man will find out what she liked, what she disliked, what he could do to make her stay, or what he could do to run her away. Basically, he could find out what the ex did to become the ex. But a lot of guys not willing to take that time. Everything takes time. People be so quick to sleep with each other. That's not the answer. That's not the key. I'm not going to lie to you and say that I didn't used to think that way. I'll be honest with you. I used to be like that back in the day, but now I'm a different man. It took another brother to help me, or whatever. But the thing that a man must realize is that we need to cater to our women. And when I say that every woman deserves to be catered to, the reason I say that is because I really believe that until the woman proves you otherwise, but you have to be careful about doing it. There's a lot of women out there that are deserving. And in my eyes, all women are deserving until you prove me otherwise. But men need to learn to be patient. They need to be patient because you don't know what that woman been through in the past. And you can't blame that woman. You have to blame the guy she was dealing with that made her get to the point she's at now. Because as a brother, I must admit, there's some guys there that do women wrong. A woman here, a woman there. That's not the case. That's not the answer. Because you're playing with different women's feelings, going to enter these women's bodies. There's too much out there. And when a woman has a barrier up, that's not a bad thing. Because see, a real man will sit there. He won't try to climb that barrier. He won't try to bust through it. A real man can sit there. He will take the time to help you through whatever you're going through. And eventually, that barrier will be lowered, and that man can step over that barrier and get to know you even more. Because it's all about that mind. Because once a man gets to know a woman's mind or understand it, everything else falls in place. Then comes the heart. Once you get the heart, you're helping that lady have a better start. Men need to realize that. It's not easy. As a man, we were made to be strong. And it's up to us to do most of the proving. We have to prove ourselves. We have to. Because it's a lot of things that we say that women heard time and time again. So they look at us as, okay, what are you going to do to make me to believe you? And it's one thing I want to tell our queens. Don't run a good man off. Because all dudes are not the same. And I can understand what you're going through. This no good guy took you through this, took you through that. He lied about this and lied about that. But there's a lot of good brothers out here. There's a lot of real men that are educated, that work within their fields, and everything they do comes from the heart. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to be honest with you. Everything I say in my status updates and my poetry, those are feelings. My status updates, that is what I believe in. My poetry are my feelings. Those are not just random thoughts. My poetry, what I believe in, is something I experience. I'm telling you, I pour my feelings out on ink. But see, as a man, Men need to learn to communicate better with our queens. By communicating, you can keep things, so when you have a disagreement, talk it out. Don't be so quick to run. I used to be a man that when something gets heated, I used to walk out, don't say anything. That's not the way to go. But see, you have to learn from your mistakes and move forward and make things better. But in due time, everybody will see what it's meant to be. Time, that's a very important word. Everything takes time. It takes time to get to know someone. That's one thing I'm big on. You need to get to know someone before you try to get them in the bed. To see if y'all compatible. You know, small things. Why do you plan on living within the next 10 years? You know, do you plan on going back and getting another degree? Are you working within your field? Do you want any more kids? Those are things that need to be laid out front. So that way you can know, okay, we compatible. Let me continue to get to know this person. And if not, you cut ties and go separate ways. But people don't do that these days. It's all good because whatever people do, that's what they do. Only thing I'm doing is trying to help out our brothers to give our queens the utmost respect because our queens deserve it. After all we've been through, I mean, the statistics shows that, hey, it's men that are doing most of the doggish things. But my queens, I want y'all to keep your head up because eventually things will get better. This is just a real talk session with Derrick Lockhart about how our queens should be treated. Men should think outside the box when it comes down to pleasing our queens. You need to get back to the romantic things. Rose petals, candles, just a walk in the park holding hands. Discussing things, discussing the upcoming week, or the past week. Going to church with our women. Understanding religion, getting to know God. Yes, I'm big, I read poetry, I write poetry. But I believe in one thing. There's nothing wrong with reading the Bible to your lady. Because both of y'all will benefit. While you are reading to her, she will help understand the word, and he'll be understanding the word. And y'all let God lead that relationship. That's what it's about. Don't take it into your own hands. Pray about it. Pray with your lady. It's all about romantic things. There's nothing wrong with that. It don't make a guy soft to be romantic by being romantic with his lady. So that's just a real talk session with Derrick Lockhart about how I feel. It took another brother to help me. And look at me now. I thank God for that brother, for helping me. You know, so and I want to end by a poem that I hot off the press, as I say. And basically, the title is Imagine. Imagine the woods without a tree. Imagine trying to cook without a stove. Imagine trying to see without light. Imagine the rivers without the sea. Imagine growing old with no one to hold. Imagine a life without Christ. Imagine yourself without me. Imagine how lost I would be. Real talk session with Derrick Lockhart. Give me your feedback. I'm doing this for us. I'm trying to help us. Hey, I'm trying to bring a change. Thank you.